Hello, hello, hello. Let me connect our people on Facebook and we will get started. So I will be the host for today, Gina, and then we have my co-host Clarice. And we're gonna wait till people come in off of Facebook before we get started with our topics. Reese is going to read off the topics. Hello. So we're gonna get started in just a moment. I'm waiting for some more people to come into the room. But hi, I'm Gina. We have Reese.
Hi.
She will be, me and her will be the panelists for today. So we will get started with the questions in just a minute. If you hadn't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, all the replays will be on there for anything that you think you missed, any of the podcasts that we did before we started this one. It will be on YouTube. So definitely go back and check those out after this podcast. And I guess we can go on and start. I don't want to prolong it because it's Friday. People got things to do. So we're going to start with the first question. So, Risa, what's the first question?
What's your thoughts on your spouse spending their free time with others and not you?
Mm. So, my take on that is I feel like when you get to being in a relationship with a person, there should be an understanding. I don't want to smother you. You shouldn't smother me. But if I feel like you constantly hanging with your friends or hanging with your family, it's going to eventually be an issue because I know with my marriage in the beginning, that was one of the things that we struggled with because my family is such a tight knit family that we tend to spend a lot of time with each other. So for my husband, he had to grasp, or it would be a thing where he'll feel some type of way, be like, "You always with your sisters, or you always with your family." And but my thing is, if we just sitting at the house doing nothing, what's wrong with me seeing my family? But I did have to remember that's my husband. I still need to make time for him regardless. So, but we eventually made adjustments. So, Risa, what's your thoughts?
I agree with you. Um, if it's not a problem to you, it's nothing to be addressed. But if you feel like you're lacking in the area where you want more time with your spouse, clearly you should sit down and discuss with them before it gets out of hand, and then it gets to the point where they resent your family members or resent you because they feel like you're taking their time away from them.
Yeah.
So it's all about communication and understanding.
So what about as far as friends? If you don't think about the spouse, if you take the spouse out and think about your friends, because some friends can be more needy than your own spouse. Like how do you handle having a friend that constantly feel like, oh girl, we need to go this place or we need to go that place, and it becomes a thing with you and your spouse.
Well, I think it goes back to you because you attract who you are. And why the reason why I say that, I've never been a person that go all the time.
Mhm.
And when I did go, it was with my siblings or a select few friends that I had or still have now. And so it wasn't no constant thing with me. So I can't just speak on that right there because I haven't
Because you never
experienced
have
it.
it had to deal with it.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So knowing that you haven't dealt with that, what would be your thing if somebody came to you and asked you how do you deal with that if that was one of your friends, let's say her friend, her spouse feel like you take up too much time for
well, home
from
come
him.
first.
Okay.
So I'll be like, listen, sister girl, you need to tell whomever that is, you understand that she must be a single person for one, or for two, her marriage or relationship ain't where it should be or where she wanted to be. that you can't neglect your home. Now, if you do got downtime and you are not doing family oriented things, then yeah, I can squeeze you in there. We can go here and there. She may feel like, hey, you so wrapped up into him or your kids or whatever. That's her opinion. You ain't doing enough for me and I ain't doing enough for you. If you're a friend, you ain't even gonna feel threatened with that or think twice to make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Clearly you say, okay, I'm a good girl, I'm gonna have to just go on out and go by myself. Okay, well, I'll see you have a good time. But if she that friend that don't want to stand there, well, go on, girl.
So, for our people that's on live, have you all dealt with that type of topic where you have had issues where your spouse or even your friend's spouse feel like y'all spend too much time together and they're feeling like you don't give them enough time? Or you have a spouse that goes a lot and you feel like they go out more with their friend than they do with trying to spend time with you. So, piggyback on that, reason, have you ever had to deal with a jealous friend or had to cut them off because you felt like they was too clingy?
No, because I ain't never had too many friends, so I ain't had a problem.
Bless my sister heart. She don't. Well, I can say this about Risa. She get friends, but she's very selective in her friends. Like me, I'm more of a social person, so I tend to pick up friends. And for me, I don't have to deal with them just being clingy. Either they just fall off themselves or I just don't, worry about it.
So you ain't never experienced that where they didn't ask you?
Well, they hadn't asked me, but I felt like they got distant with me because they felt like I wasn't doing the same thing that I was doing. And so for me, I'm not finna, worry about your feelings if it has something to do with my home. Because at the end of the day, everybody has to do what's right for them and their family.
You feel bad?
Uh, I might have a little bit, but they wouldn't know it. I wouldn't tell them. Yes, you sure right. Your sister-in-law is not friendly.
Girl. Sister girl, I'm friendly to who's friendly to me. You know that. If I ain't feeling them, I ain't finna deal with them. Oh, look at people tongue.
You want to come in the room, baby? Oh, our panelist is down for the count right now. So, Reese, you want to go to the next question?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that with Reese.
Pray about it.
Mm.
The next topic: do you pick your friends based on your family opinions?
Oh, I'm gonna let you get that one first.
Do I base my? Hold on, let me read it. Make sure I'm before I say something. Do you pick your friend? No, I don't. I ain't never let nobody else's opinion deter me to how I'm supposed to feel about somebody else. So no, I can't say that I didn't went by somebody's opinion. Now, my sister they probably experienced it with me how I react to their people.
Yes.
Because I've been put in situations where my sister them, April, Gina, Danielle, they all socialize more than me.
Mm-hmm.
And they will stop and see, hey, how you doing? They'll see their friends and stuff out there on the streets and stuff like that. And they'll be like, well, Reese, stop right here. I'm gonna talk to such and such. No, I'm not finna stop. That's your friend. I ain't got no need to stop.
Let me show y'all her face.
I'm not finna sit up there and be talking to your friend. What I'm gonna do? Just prop my hand up and just listen to y'all? No. That's your friend. Go ahead on. So no, they probably feel like
that's how she is every time we see somebody. We may be, cool or have some dealing with them. Reese, like, we could just see if she don't, even if we don't see her face, we can feel how she looking, because she'll turn to the side or she'll walk off. We be like, look at this little helper. She just letting the folks know that she don't want to talk to nobody.
Them y'all friends, I ain't got to talk.
And Hope said, you better speak to me when I see you.
Now, you know I hug your ugly ass, Hope. I do more than just speak to you.
Hope, she is awful when it comes to dealing with people. Either she don't know or she just don't want to know. And so I've had friends in the past that I've kind of, had to pull away from because of experience with them interacting with my family. Because one thing about my family, we all have different personalities.
Right.
And the way I interact with some of my friends may not be how they feel like I should interact with my friends or whatever.
Right.
And so for them instances, I sometimes shield my friends or my associates because of my sister them because they can come off a little harsh.
It'll be harsh.
Yeah, Keisha, you already know your friend.
It'll be harsh. It just may sometimes people can see what you don't see. Where you may think that's a friend to you, but it could be a friend of me. And what I mean by that, she can act like she's your friend, but at the same time, she's trying to either get some information from you, or
you can see the kind of slick jabs.
And so I don't want to be the. Well, I'm going to be the son. I'm gonna tell that lie. I'm gonna say, hey, she ain't hitting no shit right there. She ain't the one for you, but that's your friend. I ain't got to deal with them. So they coming up speaking to me, and I already feel like they treating Gino or April or Danielle some type of way. I'm not gonna speak to them. I'm gonna look at them and keep on going, because what I'm gonna put on the show for is already one clown. Hell, ain't no sense of two being there. So let me walk away.
So you basically gonna call the person a clown?
Yeah, I call him a clown is the nice word.
Well, anybody else have had that experience with their family can deteriorate a relationship with you and a friend based upon how they feel that the person is doing you, that they don't feel like they're right for you or a good fit? Because sometimes you can be too close to see the things that you should be seeing based upon
right. Hope bad experience.
It can be inexperience for Risa. It don't take much. You fool around, sneeze wrong. Oh, you're out of here.
No, I try to, what you would call it? I try to be.
See, she can't even get a word for it. Danielle don't really. Danielle said later on. Risa more vocal right then.
You and April are more passive.
Yeah,
y'all just try to calm a situation down. And
now April vocal too. I ain't gonna say that April can be vocal sometimes too, but I feel like I'm probably the only one that'll just pull a person to the side and say it to them, or just point out example.
Who lying?
Yeah, Danielle said you can see it on her face. Yeah, Danielle would just turn up her nose and walk off from folks. She's so rude.
But as your friend, our opinion shouldn't matter, should it?
But if they come around me and y'all be there, it's gonna be an awkwardness.
You don't think we just play the part?
No, y'all do not play the part. And I seen that firsthand on the trip. Y'all do not play the part. They do not play the part, y'all, at all. Risa?
No, I try to say things nice. Who, me? I say things nice.
No, Danielle, Risa do not say things
nice.
She will say whatever on her mind and leave it at that. And then she'll walk away and just drop the mic, be like, what? There it is. And then look at you crazy if you say something back like, Risa, that was kind of rude. Well,
it was your friend.
See? I catch a hard child because I'm the ones to be picking up friends, and then they go like a what them things is, what you cipher through stuff. They just shake out people that they don't think I should be around. So you ready for the next topic?
Do you think some kids favor one parent over the other one?
Yeah, you're right. Hope it is necessary for some people, because I have seen, people that I thought were my friends end up being a friend of me. They only got close to me because of my resources or what I had access to. And I'm not saying as far as material stuff. like jobs and all that. Like I've had some bad experience with people that I took in and trying to be nice because I knew that they were struggling. And one particular person, before we get to this next topic I'm gonna talk about, is I worked at this place, and this particular girl, she went along with me, but I knew of her, through school and stuff. And so brought her on the job, um, helped her get a card with like commission and all that stuff. Give her different people that would give her commission so she can get her vehicle and stuff. So make a long story short, it ended up being where this guy got in her ear trying to make it seem like she need to turn against me because I became assistant manager.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the guy was already mad at me because I became assistant manager before him and he had been with the company longer, but they base it up on the things that I have accomplished and me being a person. But he got in her ear.
Yeah, she was beneficial to him, Hope.
He got up in her ear and it just went left. To one day, I never forget, we both were pregnant at the time, and she was trying to put on a show for the guys that was up in there because we were the only two girls that worked there. And she said something slick out her mouth. And before you knew it, it was word going left and right, bitch, here, hold this and everything. And they was like, one of the guys telling me, "No, Gina, you pregnant. You both of y'all pregnant. Y'all need to be doing." I said, "I don't care nothing about this baby. You not finna talk to me crazy." You didn't care about my niece or my nephew? I promise you, I forgot all about me.
Lord have mercy.
I was gonna tell her head up. So they pulled her outside and they was telling her she need to stop doing. I said, "No, don't hold her back. If she's so hard, let her leap." I went at that point, all the gloves when I ain't care about no job, I ain't care about being pregnant. You not finna talk to me crazy, and I know what I did for you.
I should call DHS on you that day, then.
Mimi was a pecan.
It don't make no
I
difference.
went number maybe maybe like 2 months. I think I was like 2 months. But anyway, she wasn't considered a baby. She was baby then.
Yeah, she was.
No, she wasn't.
She was a human being.
But it was like, girl, I did all this stuff for you, and this how you doing me? Like, I knew you when you was wearing them Jesus shoes, and when I say Jesus shoes, I don't know if y'all remember them little closed toe shoes that were kind of had what the corduroy, and they had a little belt buckle at the end of. They like some slides. They like the low budget Crocs because they were covered up. You know which one I'm talking about? They had a brown bottom to it. Reese, you done seen them shoes. We ain't worn them, but you done seen them shoes before. Well, anyway, and I'm like, girl, I gave you Jordans and everything, and Jordan that I didn't even wear because a customer gave them to me, but I knew she needed the shoes more than I did, and so I gave her the shoes, and I'm like, I'm sitting up here and help you get a car and everything. This the things I get. You want to turn on me? Okay, I remember when your baby daddy wouldn't even take you go get groceries for y'all children, and I'm coming all the way across town to make sure I take you to the grocery store. So it was just, people would just use you and feel like you should just shut up and don't think about what you done did for them. Okay, back to our question. I'm sorry, I had to get out. That was just on my chest. I had to get off my mind.
Do you think some kids favor one parent over the other?
Okay, so do I think that kids favor one parent over the other one? I do. Hope said, I've been there. When I say I'm done with you, I'm done. When you know what kind of friend, when I know what kind of friend you are, it's easy to move on.
Right.
Yep. And it is because this what I have the concept now of hope is I take expectations off of people. When you take the expectations off of people, it allows you to see people for who they are and it keep you from getting hurt. Because often you put these people on pedestal and be like, they would never do me like that. Then when they do it to you, it breaks your heart. So I come in it with, I expect you to do me wrong until you prove me right. Look at Frederick trying to call in. Um But the question that we going over right now is, do I think that some children favor one parent over the other one? And I would say yes. And it's really based upon that child, because you may have a child that equates the time and the and love to a parent, but then you may have a child that's based upon what did that parent do to me during the years. Like,
if said, how does she get on?
Who?
April.
Till she got to get on Let's Talk, the group Let's Talk with the girls.
Okay.
So
she want to get in like how Ricky.
Oh, she wanna all she gotta do is be on live and I add her.
Okay.
Let me make sure nobody ain't trying to be added. Okay. So for me, I've never did that with my mama and dad. I love them both.
Daniel said we ignore her again. She gonna report us.
What she say? What you trying to come in, Danielle?
She said we skipping over her comment.
Oh, my bad, Danielle. She said, I know what you talking about. Yeah, you remember that girl did me like that, and I sat up there and was good to her, and then treated me like I was the one in the wrong. But I don't treat my mom and daddy differently. What I can do for one, I'm gonna do for both of them. You know, regardless of our relationship with each other, because we have two different relationships because based upon the person. Like, my mama is a very spiritual person. Like, I know I can go to her with advice that she gonna give me the words.
You don't think Daddy gonna give you no spiritual words?
Now, he shocked me. Lately he has. But in the past he'll be like, fuck him up. But now, you know, Daddy coming to, and because of all the stuff that we done gone through, Daddy more like, baby, don't you worry about it. You pray about it and you keep on going.
They're right. Their problems are not your problem, but they will try to push it up on you, Hope, and you have to have common sense not to take it up on, because like every battle ain't your battle. You can't save everybody.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna try to save everybody because I ain't gonna break too tough, bring my problems to you.
And then say, I love them equally, but y'all be acting like I'm more partial to
you
them.
You are. You sure you do. I feel like you do.
And more so, Danielle, is probably because of the way you post Daddy so much. Yeah, Daddy has changed a whole lot. Like, Daddy not like how he was back in the day where he was more violent. Now he's like, we done got too old. It's too much to lose. They ain't worth it. So for Daddy, it's like, no, he not finna go through all that stuff, because we done been through too much legal stuff, you know, with our own family to keep on going through that mess with outsiders. And then plus, life too short. You don't know who got it on their mind that today is the day I'm gonna take you out because you called me out my name. Here go April. So we finna let April join in. Come on in, April. Hey, April!
How are y'all?
So glad you came in the room, girl.
I can only stay a little while, but what's the topic?
So the topic is, do you think that
do you think some kids favor one parent over the other?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think some people do, and I think the kid doesn't realize that they are doing it to their parent that, not the favorite, but the parents can tell.
Yeah.
So,
and make them kind of feel some type of way.
Right. I think it does happen, and I can speak on like our personal situation. I know we've had this discussion with our mom, and I think the parents think that child is doing it deliberately, but really that child doesn't even realize that, that they make a big deal out of that one parent. They can be like, woo, 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 oh, I love my mama, or oh, I love my dad. And it's like a slap in the face to that other parent. But that child is really sometimes can be, they miss some parts of growing up.
Danielle
Said
said,
April is mama favorite. I don't think so. Because if you ask me, I'm mama favorite. Just like Risa may say, she may think she the favorite.
I don't know about the favorite stuff. I think they just love me on top of everybody anyway, so I don't know.
There it is, y'all. There it is.
Okay.
I just have to tell everybody what to do.
And see, that's her problem right there, y'all.
Yeah. Everybody's supposed to just go along with what she says.
Yeah.
But a lot of times though with Risa, if she gives her
we know your reason, Danielle, because of past situation, and
that girl,
love,
she funny right there. Risa, please.
Risa, what she say? Risa, please.
She said she dead at everything.
Dead at everything. Okay, you make yourself feel good. Tell yourself that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. TJ is dead at everything. If that's the case, or Kimara.
Ava, what you were saying? You feel like what?
I think sometimes, okay, say from like a parent's perspective, where we may feel like our parents tend to favor one child over the other. It's how you measure it. So sometimes that may be because, say, like for us, the older three, we may have felt like we got it out the mud in a sense, like far as vehicles. We had to get our own vehicles on our own.
Right.
But Danielle was given a car.
Right.
But when you take a step back, you can't do a comparison because our parents may not have been financially able.
Exactly. I agree.
When we were growing up, so you may.
And plus, they were older. And we. Well, Mom was 30 something when she had her. Yeah,
I am Danielle.
In a better place, and here's my other thought on that too. And I'm just gonna be real with it. Danielle didn't grow up in the household with daddy for as long as we did.
Right.
So I think on the parents' part, I think daddy tried to make up for not being there as much by doing more for her. And even now, if you look at far as spoilness, now my daddy gonna go hard and my mama for all of us. Like if we call, they there. But Danielle's the baby, and Danielle has diabetes, and each child was different.
Yeah, and Hope said each child has their own place at their specific time. April, I agree about the
stability part.
Is that their child requires more because she missed out on something that the other one may not have. We didn't miss it, or we just want some type of kids that were really clinging to our parents. But
right.
Danielle's different. She needs that. So
right.
Even though she may be grown, they still are gonna reach out and do as much as they can for her because that's what she needs.
You're welcome, Danielle.
Yeah, you're welcome, Danielle.
Our mom sometimes gets her feelings hurt with Danielle because she feels like Danielle rah-rahs about daddy more so than her. But what I explained to her was it has more to do with mama, being in the house with her all the time. And even though dad has been there the whole time, even now, it's like she missed parts of growing up that she needed him to be there more so than we did.
Right.
So it may seem like she favored him more, but that's not it. It's like a little girl that's still, crazy about her daddy and kind of misses her daddy. So
and trying to make up for the lost times.
Right, trying to make up for it.
So you don't consider that favoritism because she pulling toward, she posts one more than the other.
Yeah, we got some time.
Tell them you handling business right now. We ain't do no hold on.
I'm sorry.
That's what she do to us, y'all. All day, every day when we try to call April. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna call y'all back.
Well, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Man, oh yeah. I need a round of applause.
Where's the clap, Reason?
You get it, April?
No.
And Hope said it's a form of healing day, yeah. So what's our next topic?
How do you handle toxic close family or friends? Do you distance yourself or deal with it?
April, you done got yourself together to kick out that answer. Bless her heart. So for our people that's on, the topic is, how do you handle toxic close family or friends? Do you distance yourself or deal with them? How do you address it?
Distance yourself.
Could you need me to repeat it? Hope.
How do you handle toxic close family or friends? Do you distance yourself or deal with it?
Hope said both. So when you say both, how do you deal with them? I'm gonna go with that one first because it's easy to cut.
How do you
off.
deal with a toxic family member? Because I think sometimes we will make give more leeway for a family member versus a friend.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's like a sibling or your mama or your daddy. Right. You know, they can be.
And sometimes your children can be just as toxic as the people out in the street.
Hope says she deal with and distance herself. And for me, I feel you on that because I do that too. I just need me a breather. Let them miss me, and if it come back up, because I'm real bad about not addressing stuff because I guess my mental health is more important than me sitting up there going back and forth with you, and especially when I feel like if I address it, you don't see your problem.
But if you don't address it, they're going to still feel like they're going to bring you that same garbage again. So sometimes I don't think it's good to distance yourself without addressing it. I think you should address it. Then distance yourself to let them know, hey, this is why I've stopped dealing with you. This is why I'm feeling this way about you because you're doing too much. Then you get them, hey, I'm gone. I'm Xing you off the island. You booted off. No coming back.
Okay, so if it's your parent.
If it's my parent and I feel like they being toxic, and if they coming to me where, say if I'm just giving instance, say they talking about one child or other just being just ugly about everything that's negative they say about people, I tell them, like, look, hey, listen, I understand you feeling that way about them, but I don't even want to hear all that. I got enough baggage on me right now. So this what your topic gonna be every time, just to call me with drama? You need to get you something else to do, and I'm gonna find me something else to do. But I know what, and I ain't gonna be to listen to you with this mess right here.
I know, because I done had to redirect because it gets to a point where you like, come on now, we gotta let this go now.
What Hope said, Byram?
Hope said, let them know how you feel and what you know. As the older people say, feed and add with a long handle spoon. Mm-hmm. I call it loving from a distance. Yeah,
right. I agree with Danielle.
And Danielle said, amen. Yeah.
And I say, you know why? You know why?
So you come out just that blunt.
Yes, you know why? Because some people you can't play with them because if they feel like they can come back with you that same mess again,
they gonna
do it again. So I'm gonna, since they act like they ain't know, I'm gonna say, you know why? And if they proceed to say, well, no, I don't. Okay, you remember the other day when I told you had to get out that phone because you just want to talk about Ray Ray and Poo Poo. Everybody's just negative, nothing to happen. That is what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, mama, daddy, get yourself together.
Because Hope said, let them know where they are wrong respectfully, right, and let them know you know how to stay away.
Amen. Yep. Amen. And I will do that. If I feel like it's too much for me, I don't give a darn. It's my children, my mom and daddy. Listen, hey, don't call me right now. I'm not in a good mood. I let y'all know when I feel like being bothered. Mm-hmm. And they understand that. That's just me.
What if they don't? What if they're like, well, if you acting funny, I don't want to talk to you either.
Well, that's fine. Hell, you call me. I ain't losing no sleep. Hell, I was thinking about calling you anyway because you dialed me apparently. I was on your mind.
So we back to the drawing board where nobody talking to nobody.
I'm fine with that. I ain't got to hear it. I ain't got to hear it. I know it's something else better for me to be doing than hearing some mess. It's an age, it's a time and a place with everything. And I don't give a darn. Some people say, well, you know how she is or you know how they are. No, that's how they should have been. It's time for them to stop. So I'm going to stop it with me. You ain't going to bring that to my door. Because I'm happy the Lord just waking me up every day. So I ain't finna let you call me and wake my spirit up to be a devil the rest of the day.
Yeah, break your peace.
No. Keep that shit in your closet.
People try to, when you try to spare another person's feelings,
right,
at your expense,
exactly.
You the business, and you still mad.
I had that to happen to me one time, April.
Tell us about it, sister.
This what happened. Okay. I'm sitting up there just listening. They were just going on and on. And they was like, it was just more like it was just what Risa did. Everything was Risa did. You said this. You want to run this. You did that to me. And on and on. And I was sitting there explaining, trying. Yeah, like you just don't know when enough's enough, when to just leave something alone. And it was like, wait, when the thing that I was addressing to the person, it was something they had initially did to me. And then, yeah, they just flipped around me, and I'm like, hold, wait. They said, I don't want to talk about this, and they hung up in my face. And I laid there.
Daya said, Lord, listen to the meanest person ever talking.
I laid there for a minute. I sat back on the couch. I said, wait a minute. This bastard just went off on me. She flipped this on me, and she the one did me wrong. So I called her back. I said,
and you said, Self? I got to call her.
I said, Risa, what the fuck wrong with you? I called her back. I said, listen. I said, listen here. You just said all that shit, and eventually, from the beginning, it was all about you. But you know how we gonna handle this? And I called some other words and wasn't her name. I said, don't you dial my damn number, because I sure ain't gonna dial yours. If you see me on the side of the road on fire, don't you piss on me. You just keep on going. Because I'm going to do the same thing for you if I see you. Godly like, no. Risa like, yeah, that's my piece. Because you still ain't getting the message that you did me wrong, nigga.
Keisha, Dan said, get your friend. So, April, what's an example you've gone through that? No, where you have to deal with a toxic person. All right, Hope. Thank you for chiming in. See you on the next one.
Well, I've been told I'm a flight risk, and but that ain't what it is.
What was they considering a flight risk? What does that mean?
I think what that person meant by it is
I am my grandmama's child. Then yeah.
April, I think your signal going out.
Mine got where they tied together. manipulate your flavor. No, you just know what you ain't gonna deal with or what you are gonna deal with.
Right.
If some gonna cause me unnecessary stress and I don't have to deal with it, then I'm a deuces person. And I ain't gonna 9 times out of 10 even
That's
discuss
right,
it.
Keisha.
You argue, do with you. I'm not gonna do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's toxic people. No, you can't. That stuff will kill you. That stuff will kill you because you're trying to spare somebody else feeling at your own expense.
So do you give more chances to the toxic family member than you do the friend, or do they get the equal rights? So both of them get the equal amount of time to mess up.
They get the same silent treatment.
So do you tell them what they did?
It depends on the situation. Now, if we're going back in they trying to get me told, my mama said I'm a confrontational person, that I take confrontation head on.
Right.
So I don't initiate it, but I'm not gonna ever allow somebody to go in on me and be just going off on me, and I'm just sitting there not saying something. And I think that's what family members have seen who we've had problems with, or even co-workers, or whatever the case. They assume one thing about me, and they think that I'm a pushover. I'm just so sweet and I'm nice, and I am all that, but I'm not gonna let anybody talk to me any kind of way. So if that seems like if they toxic and they come at me, they gonna get a response. So
and it ain't gonna be the response they think, huh?
But what if it's your boss?
They can get it too. I had that situation too.
But is it a limit? Do your words be?
Oh, I can get you without cursing.
Okay.
So you do the nice nasty.
But you don't think?
It's blunt.
No. Okay.
You don't be worried about the retaliation behind that?
I'm not lukewarm with that.
You don't be worried about the retaliation behind that?
Say that again.
You don't be worried about the retaliation behind that?
My phone was going out. Say that again.
Do you ever worry about retaliation when you address it?
No, I ain't living in no fear. If I say it once,
okay.
I mean what I say. I let the chips fall where they may.
Okay, big dog.
Yeah, and I promise you, that ain't coming from a place of I'm the baddest some, or I'm arrogant. But if I say something or I feel a way, I'm gonna stand firm in it. Now, if I'm wrong, if I did somebody wrong, and I know I did somebody wrong, then I'm a big enough person to tell them, I apologize. But I'm never one that's gonna ever. If you hear me say I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry. I'm never gonna tell you I'm sorry and I really don't mean it, because I'd be lying to myself. Just make you feel good. So, toxic. You can end up being a toxic person too. It's easy for people to be like, I gotta cut myself off from this person. They toxic. I have a prayer that I say, Lord, remove anybody from me that's not good for me, and remove anybody, from the vice versa.
Right.
I may not be somebody they need to be around. Or if I feel like I'm in a negative place, my sister will tell you I distance myself, so I won't put that energy
out there. Yeah, because you don't ever want to be looked at as you the problem and just don't even know it.
I don't want to be a toxic person. I don't, but you got to be careful of what people say, because a person will accuse you of being toxic, and that could be somebody that's a narcissist.
Yeah, because they will definitely swing that door right back on you, and will not even look to see if they're the problem. They like, oh no, you don't agree with me, you're the problem.
And then say like with Reese is so used to people, kind of thinking she's mean. So if that person who she was describing was like, you this and you that, and because that's what she's been told, that's something that really is how she be feeling sometimes, she may find her believing it, because like, well, I do act that way sometimes. You know what? They may be right. Then when You start thinking about that. You're like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Right.
You describing yourself and trying to put it off on me.
Right.
Yeah. So you got to be careful with that, regardless of what people say about you, or even sometimes how you feel. You need to assess each situation
Mm-hmm.
is different because don't just automatically assume. Say like with Danielle, everybody knows our little sister is our little sister and she's spoiled. But if
Mm-hmm.
Danielle feel the way she feel, that just it is what it is. But if we get a phone call saying, "Oh, Danielle and cuss this person out, they did this, and this," and when we talk with Danielle, she may be like, "That ain't how that happened." You can't just automatically assume
Right.
because that seems like that's her personality
Right.
all the time.
Yeah, because I've had so many people to say that like that stuff about me. Because I found they were like, she was just mean to me. And I ain't even opened my mouth. Huh?
She's so mean to me.
She was so mean to me, and I ain't even opened my mouth. Like,
Exactly, but it's gonna be easy for people to believe that because
yes.
they used to you acting that way.
Yeah.
Or thinking that's who you are.
Yeah.
That ain't all.
Or look at how people perceive us because of the stuff they see that daddy has done. They just automatically assume when people say something about us and they don't really know us, they say, "Oh yeah, they like that. They just like their daddy."
Yeah, and even when we get very defensive, when
They're right there, yeah.
about our daddy, because one thing about our daddy, whatever reputation people think they have of him, you ain't gonna see us knowing our daddy. He's not.
April, that little cheap phone on her reception.
I know she going to all these different spots. They say I sure cursed their ass out, but for a reason, like that possum family that lied on me. Damn, you is crazy. Well, y'all think April connection has gone out, and that is our last topic for today. We will not be on next week, but we will be on the following week. So we will be sending out invites. Make sure y'all share and any of the replay. I will add this replay on here, but you can send it to the other one. Look at it on YouTube. So definitely, you all, we thank you for tuning in. Make sure you there for next week. And if you have any topics that you want to give to us, then please send them to us or DM, and we will try to cover that topic for the next show. But we thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the replay. We love you. All right, y'all. That's the end.
That damn ass going on.